Hey you guys, how you doing? It's your girl Emma D here, thinking thoughts about things as always. And today I thought we would keep it super light, easy. Let's talk about trauma. Yeah. What is it? How did it happen? What are we talking about? So this is the world's so traumatized right now, and I think we really need to discuss what is going on because it's a bit much. So trauma on the emotional level is what I want to talk about. We can easily identify trauma on the physical level, right? It's like injuries. If you hurt yourself, that's trauma to the tissue, trauma to the muscle, trauma to the organs, what have you, but trauma. So we can identify it as something needing to be addressed and an issue affecting your health, right? So physical traumas, injuries. Emotional traumas, also injuries. So here we go. Trauma are the things that happen to us that make us write a new code, right? It's an event, a thing, a place, and it starts really young and honestly like really easy. The less trauma you've been exposed to, the easier it is to be traumatized. Think about it. Like when you were very little, just a little baby self, if you tried to show someone your pretty rock, look, I found this pretty crystal, and they're like, go away, kid, that's stupid, don't pick up rocks, that's trauma. At that point in your development, you are likely to no longer show people gifts that you found or have that kind of excitement about rocks, or there's things that could happen. Trauma can also come in the form of all of the social pressures that instill norms and mores that go against your best nature, so that's traumatic and it imprints something on you in some way, right? So trauma, much like the trauma of the body, it must be addressed, prioritized, understood, healed, so that you don't hurt when you look at it, so it's not a trauma incident that you carry forward, right? And this is where most people kind of really get stuck up. So I like to do something that I call shadow walking, but it's shadow work, it's healing trauma, it's self exploration. Hello, Odin. It's any of those things you want to call it. And from all the people I've worked with, the neurodivergent mind specifically, this is the best advice I can give you. You can identify your traumatic events that need to be dealt with in one of two ways. Either it's something you look at and it hurts. It's a memory, a thought, a behavior, a process, something that it physically hurts. And that can be thinking about the loss of someone suffering, unjust things happening in the world that you see. These are things that to even let your mind go there, it causes you discomfort. Because much like a physical trauma, it needs to be addressed, right? It's a wound. But with emotional traumas, we like to just put a bandage on it, not touch it at all, let it fester and linger. And anytime we look at it, it's like, I'm pussing, I'm horrible, it makes you hurt, so you just put the bandage back instead of dealing with it, because no one gave us the fucking tools to know how to even begin to heal a damn emotional wound. But I've learned a little trick with all of the things I have picked up along the way. So here's what I'm going to give to you. When you go to your mental space, your memory space, you can easily identify multiple types of memories, but the easiest ones to categorize are your working memories. So that was no emotional attachment whatsoever. You went to the store, you bought some things, someone asks you about it later, you think back through your mental category, right? And you're like, yep, bought that, did that, talked to the lady, whatever. Nothing emotional tied to that. And then there are the things that are tied to your emotional memories, and these are stored within the body somewhere. And they can bring happiness, sadness, they can hurt, they can be healed, they can lots of things, right? But the ones that hurt, that's what you got to start with, because they need to be addressed first. You got to triage your body out. You got to go, sorry, this is what we got to do. So you go to that memory, and then people will tell you stuff like, sit with it, work with it. You can, and here's where I'm going to try and help you out. The memories that need to be healed will have a different vibe to them. in your working memories, you generally see yourself through your eyes doing the thing. Like when you think back through it, it's I grabbed this and that, and it's from these eyes looking out. That's things that need to be healed. You tend to see with a different vibration. You're watching it. You can see yourself in it. You're looking at the perspective of the event taking place, and you're watching it. That's a key. That's a code that you're given an opportunity for. So that means that you're in that space. You're locked there. There's a fraction of you that's locked there, but you gets to go there and heal yourself. You watching it from that perspective means you're interacting from this head. So you get to empathize with yourself, be kind to yourself, go to yourself and heal those moments. That's what you are being invited to do by interacting with these memories. So how the hell does that look? What does that look like, right? So one of mine, because how do we heal if we don't share shit? There was once a debate I was in, and during this debate, I said proponent instead of proprietor. Nobody really caught it. But that was my up at night for 20 years, like couldn't go to bed, because that was one of them. There's a lot of us have them, but if you have one of those things that just that moment, how stupid is that? And I had thought my way out of it like forever, right? I tried to this is so stupid. Why does this keep me up? Rationalize my way out of it. Problem is you don't get to rationalize emotion. Sorry, you just don't get to do that. That's not how it works. You can understand until you're blue in the face that that's a stupid thing to be up at night about. But until you heal the emotional scar of it, you get to stay up at night. So I had to go to that moment and walk up to myself and heard the slip of the word and acknowledged it and noticed that no one in the actual class caught it. It was the teacher. He caught it. And he gave me a look. And that look caused a core something. Because he caught it and I caught it. So but me now, this me, got to stand there and go baby girl. Yeah, he caught it. Fuck that old guy. He means nothing. He's nothing. They don't even know what's going on. And you're not going to want to lose sleep about this for 20 years. Give it up. And just me being with me there gets to go, oh shit. That one hasn't kept me up forever. I only just thought of it because I needed to give you an example. I have a few more, but there are lots of things. Then you got to get a lot deeper into people that you've hurt, people that have hurt you, things that have happened that you believe are core to who you are. They're not. That has nothing to do with who you are. It's just things that happen to you. You process things in that moment that led to behaviors that you may or may not like. That's all on you. But nothing that's ever happened to you is you. It's just not. It's something that happened to you. So you get to deal with it in any way you see fit. I suggest trying to heal it because it makes life a lot better. And I know that sounds difficult because life is fucking hard and things happen, and those are the bad things that happen to me. I get it. But do you want to carry that? It gets really heavy. And you kind of don't need to, because you have the opportunity, as big or as little as you want, right? You can surf through all your own memories, get back to the baby you that was holding that rock when someone yelled at you. And you stand right next to baby you and say, fuck that guy. You don't know shit, okay? Oh, goddamn thing is the prettiest rock in the world. You're correct. Pick up every pretty rock you see. Never let your baby go. You get to do that if you want to. Everyone thinks it's so silly, but literally you're holding your own hard drives of the memories that keep you. I don't know. Research indicates that 95% of the thoughts you think are thoughts you thought yesterday and the day before. By your mid-30s, you are so programmed that the only new thoughts you invite in, there's about 5% of your thought processing. How boring is that? Are you, seriously? And then letting those 90% be things that suck? Mean things that people have done and horrible, awful. It's not fun for anyone. I would suggest not doing that if you don't have to. But I know that everyone's out here trying to heal themselves and find shadow work, and what the hell does any of this mean, and just trying to do things. So I don't know, just trying to give you my method, and it does work very well for me. And it's pretty simple. You have to be able to really put yourself in that memory and honestly mean that you're healing it, which is easier to, like, it's always easy to do from now, right? Because it was you in that moment that got hurt by something. You didn't see the other dynamics. We can always look back and logically go, oh yeah, that wasn't. But until you go to the you of that moment and go, no, literally, it's not. Future you says you're going to be good. You're not given that portion of yourself the permission to move through it. And you should really do that. It would be for your benefit. And it's been for my benefit. So that's my trick of the trade. If you want to, do some shadow work of some kind, process your memories. But here's the thing, like I'm just saying, if you think back on things and it brings you pain, work on it. Don't let that pain sit there. You don't want it. You don't need it. Find your way to settle it in. Maybe it's that everything in life happens for a reason, or you think there's a universal something, or like, I don't know, however you need to settle in with it. But take care of yourselves, because it's getting crazy out here, and it's just getting worse every day, and we don't need to carry all the baggage. Let that just float away. Go back to your memories now and deal with it, and that's no longer you, and let it go, because remember, you're awesome and amazing, and I am sending all the love to each and every one of you. So think happy thoughts, get rid of the bullshit. Emma D, talking to you later.